Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today for the pockets and tucks I'm going to be working on this journal which is from the Old Time Rose. I'll pop the links for the papers and the kit underneath. It's in my Etsy shop. So I'm making this journal. So this is the cover, so which is really pretty. I've got a little lace pocket there, so it's just got a piece of card in there, but I'm going to cover that when I finish, because I'm not quite sure whether I'm going to put any pockets or anything in on the cover, so I'm going to wait till before I sew the signatures in. So I've got 4 signatures in this one. So I've done a few bits and pieces in here, but the one I'm going to be making today, I'm going to pop into this, the second signature. So these are the pockets that we did, I think, in the first one, the 2 little side ones. So I've put those in there, and they're the ones that I was working on in my other journal, which was Letters to Rose. So I'm going to work on this one. I've got my little tab here, so I'm going to take this page out, because this is the one I want to work on, and I'm going to pop all these bits over to the side like that. So the pocket, or well, it's sort of like a triple pocket thingamajiggy that I'm making today. So what I've done, I've got one of the pieces of paper and I've actually printed it on both sides, because we're making it out of one piece of paper again, and it's really quite another simple one, but it's a really nice one. So what I've done, I'm just going to fold it over in half like that. Okay. And then I'm just going to take this bit and I'm going to fold this one down. So I just want to put a little lip on one side like that. So again, you can score it if you like, if you want it straight as anything, but you know me, I don't really measure too much. So that's like that. So it's just folded in half long ways, and then you just fold a little lip over like that. Now what we want to do is fold this in 3. So I'm just going to just eyeball it. So you want to concertina it like that and fold it into 3. So I'm just going to do this, but again, you can measure if you want to measure it, but I'm just going to sort of eyeball it like that. So that, now which way do we want to do it? That's got to go down flat, so I need to put this one here like that. So that goes there, and then that one folds over like that. So we've got that into 3. Okay. So it just opens out like that. So once we've folded it in half, you pop the little lip down, and then you want to fold it in 3, but sort of concertina it, so it's like that, because that piece is going to be attached to your page. So then we just fold it up like this. Now I am going to sew this one, but again, you don't have to, but I want to sew this because I have sewn some other stuff in this journal, so I wanted to sew this. So what I'm going to do, I will be sewing along this bit here, and then along this bit, and then just the sides bit. I will glue these bits down here, but first of all I've got a few bits of sort of lace. This is for the closure. It's a nice little pink piece of seam binding, but I want to pop this just along the top of here, just on that little rim, one there, and then I want to pop the other one at the bottom. So I'm going to do that first. I'm going to stick this down. Again, you don't have to use these papers, you can use whatever paper, so it's just showing you a different idea to make a pockets and tucks. So I'm going to stick that down like that, and then I'm going to get a little bit of my 3-in-1, because this is the lace, which is quite hard, so it needs something like the 3-in-1 to stick down. So I'm just going to glue this down just to hold it down before I sew it, and then we're just going to stick that along here like that. sure it's level. Chop this off. I did clean my scissors, and I cleaned them. What I cleaned them with was some of this. Oh, well, I remember. I got the Stays-On cleaner. So what I did, I just wiped it all over the blade like that, because it takes all the stickiness off, and then just wiped them over. And then I've just got a little, what's it called, nail file, and my little knife like that, and just scraped all the bits off, and they are really sharp now. I haven't needed to sort of sharpen them. I think they were just sticky, so it worked really well with the Stays-On cleaner. This Stays-On cleaner, I've had it for ages and it lasts forever, which is good because it takes all the sticky off. Right, so now I'm going to stick this on the bottom. Forgot what I was doing then. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on here, just like this. Nice big mess. Stick this on here. Like that. Make sure it's sort of level. And then we will just sew that along there. So I'm going to just chop that off there. So I'm going to pop it to the sewing machine, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to open this up and I'm going to sew along this bit, okay, because then that will be on the inside, and then I'm going to sew along this top bit here. And then what I'll do, I will come back and I just want to glue this inside bit here, okay, and stick that down, and then I will be ready to just sew all the way around the outside. So I'm just going to sew these two bits first, so 2 seconds. Okay, so that's been sewn. So I've gone a ziggy-zaggy across the bottom one and just a straight stitch across the top one. So that hangs down nicely like that. So what I'm going to do now, I want to just glue these pockets together. So I'm just going to use my tacky glue and just go down that little edge where you folded, just a tiny bit. Where was this fold? Here. Just a little bit down there. And we just squeeze those down like that. Perfect. So then that just folds up. So that looks really nice, doesn't it? Okay, so now I'm just going to go back and I'm going to sew all the way around along this top bit. So it's just up there, along there and down there. Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to cut these little bits off here, if I can, just like that. Just give it a little bit of a quick ink up along these edges here. Now, if you don't sew, you don't have to. You can just glue it down. You can just glue everything onto here. You don't have to sew it. But because I've got some bits in my journal that I've sewn, I quite like it like this. Okay, so there we go. So that just goes like that. So what I will show you how it goes in. That's just to mark the page that I wanted to put it on. I'm going to sit it on the page here, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to glue around the edges. So we've got a pocket in the top there, we've got a pocket there, and a pocket there, and that just flips in like that. And then I'm going to tie it with a bow, so then it just opens out. And then on this side you can pop a little piece of paper on here if you wanted to. You can put 2 more pockets on there. It's entirely up to you. So if you wanted to journal along it, you can. Or the papers that I've got here have got lots and lots of embellishments in. So you could stick a little, actually I might do that. You could stick a little corner pocket in there and put a little tuck in, couldn't we? So that gives us another one on there. So I might do that. But first of all, I'm just going to decorate the front one, because we can pop that on here. I'm just going to decorate the front, and what I've got one of the little embellishments in it, which I'm going to sit on there like that. And of course we have to have a little bit of the cheesecloth. Now I'm just going to wrinkle this up because it is a bit too hard. Take a rough cut of it. Just do this. And I'm going to pop that, stick that down, and then that just sticks on top like that. So let's get a bit of glue just to stick the cheesecloth down. Wrinkle it up like that, and then we'll get a little bit of the 3-in-1 to stick this on. Now these ones I've just printed onto the 120 gram like I normally do. And that can just stick on there like that. Make sure it's straight-ish. I'm not going to embellish it any more than that, because what I like to do, I like to go back through my journals and just add little bits here and there. So I'm going to stick that onto there, but I might actually make this just a tiny bit darker. A little bit of the vintage photo that I've got, because these were printed onto white paper, just white copy paper. So I'm just going to take some of that white off like that. And I'm going to, then that can just stick on there like that. But first of all, what did I do? I'm going to use this little bit of seam binding. So get yourself a piece of lace or seam binding. Let me just measure this for you. It is roughly 12, it's about 20 inches. It's about 20 inches long. So what I will do, I'm going to find the middle like that, then I would stick that on. So I'm just going to make sure this is the right length that we need. So yeah, I think 20 inches is perfect length like that. So then we've got little ties, so that's the little closure on there. But what we need to do, we need to glue this down properly, because this is going to be a pocket and you don't want anything to get stuck on that. So let's turn this over, get the sticky off here for a minute, like that. Pop a little line of glue down here, and then let's find the middle again. Just stick it on. Like that. We want to make sure this top bit doesn't have a lip on it, because once you put things in it, you will get everything stuck or get caught on that lip. So stick it down well. You could always put another piece of paper across there if you wanted to. Okay, let's just let that dry for a minute. Tie it up. Not very good at doing bows at the moment. Going up over the place. There we go. Okay. So now that's quite sticky on there. We don't want it to stick, do we? Right, well, while that's drying, I'm going to show you the one that I put in my Letters to Rose book. So this is where I keep all my, I'm making a journal, I try and keep everything in a little file or a little folder. So this is the one I did in here. So open that up, and this one just opens up like that. So we've got a pocket here. Let me get a piece of card. So we've got a pocket down here, so you've got a nice little pocket there. We've got a pocket there, we've got the pocket there, and then we've got the pocket on this side, like that. And what I've done on this one, I've just left that blank, popped a little bit of rose on the back, so you can do some journaling on the back as well. And then it just folds in. So I thought that was really nice because it's got 4 pockets, and it just takes up the space of one. So I thought that was really cute, and I think it looks really nice in this journal. So this one's coming along nicely, like that. Pop all these bits together, pop it back in here. Okay, let's see how this is going. That's better. I'm going to add just a tiny bit too much glue. Right, so I want to pop this onto here, like that. So I want to just glue just around the 3 sides and stick it on. Just use whatever glue, but use one, actually use a good one, because if you've got a pocket and you're putting things in and out all the time, you need something that's going to stick properly, and this, either this or 3-in-1 or Fabri-Tac works really well. So just stick that down like that. Undo it, make sure we're sort of level. Oops. Get all the bits of glue off that are oozing out, like that. Perfect. And then we've got another little lovely pocket in there. So we've got this one in the top, like that. And then we've got the little one here, and then we've got 3 little pockets here. And with this kit, like I said before, you get lots of embellishments in the pack. So you get lots of tags, which I've made up some of these tags here, and these would fit in there lovely. So that one can go in the back, like this. Let me see if we've got another one that I've made. Yes, I've got lots here. And then these just go in there, and then they just fold up, and you've got room for 4 tags in there. So I think that looks really nice. So that's another little pocket and tuck to add to our series. So that just goes up like that. Nice little bow, and we will pop it back into our book, which is here. And that goes in there like that for this signature. So I've got a little pocket there, and I've got little pockets there, and then we've got that one there. So that's it. So it's gradually coming together. Lots and lots of work, because I've got 4 signatures to fill up. So, but I think it will look really nice when it's done. And I just love the cover on this one. It looks really pretty. Okay guys, well thank you so much for joining me. I hope you give that a go. And of course it doesn't have to be made with these papers. It's a project which you can use and adapt to any of your journals. Okay guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please go pop over to my Etsy shop, have a look and see what I've got in there, and I will see you next time. Alright, take care, bye bye.